Hi guys, welcome to Football with Brownie. Hope you're well, keeping safe, keeping each other safe and spreading the love in this big bad world of ours. Before we go any further, please like, share, most importantly, subscribe to the channel. Remember, subscription is free. If you haven't done it yet, hit that subscriber button right now. Try saying all that with a speech impairment. Anyway, it gives me absolutely great pleasure to welcome an online friend. We've been talking for many months, if not years. And finally, I managed to get him on with the help of Footy Scran, which we'll go into later. But Dave, Blue Van Man, BVM, welcome, my friend.
Hello, and how's it going?
Yeah, I'm good. And honestly, you are one of my... I look up to you, one of my YouTube heroes, if I'm honest with you, Dave.
I've set the bar a bit higher, mate. Set the bar a bit higher.
But yeah, many thanks. I mean, normally what happens there, Dave, is that I do a Brownie meets. Basically, I get other YouTubers on and we talk about their YouTube experience, which is what we're going to do. And then we're going to go into a second part, which is with the help of our friends at Footy Scran. It's basically because you are a food connoisseur.
I just like food. I want to say I'm a connoisseur.
and yeah, this has been a football channel. Try to, blend both channels together, and we'll rate some Footy Scran out of 5.
Okay.
See what going back to that, Dave. What would you be eating back in Filbert Street? Because I know you're a Leicester fan.
Basically, I just loved the hot dogs back in the day when I was a kid, and me and my mate Greaves his dad would take us down, my dad would take us down, and we would normally sit in the east stand, and it was just typical hot dogs and burgers, nothing else. You got to remember, like back in the 70s and the 80s, they just served any old shit, really.
Yeah.
And people would buy it. I mean, I can remember once, I've told this story before, Leicester played away at Forest, and they ran out of burgers, and I ended up having an onion cob because there was nothing else there. You know what I mean? It's quite embarrassing, really. How the hell do you run out of burgers? I mean, surely you must have some idea how many people are going to your game. I mean, I know it's Forest, but, if there's like 3,000 Leicester fans in the away end, you're going to need at least 3,000 burgers and probably a few more. So,
well, I tell you what, there's some interesting versions of football food coming up later, Dave. Just talking about yourself. This is a fantastic journey you've had. It is a fantastic journey you had, and I think going by your videos, you've got your family now involved in them. It's just, in a way, it's life changing, Dave, and all for the good, because you were working nights in a warehouse, I think. To tell about your journey.
Yeah, I mean, when I started YouTube, it was only started as a little bit of fun. It wasn't really ever meant to be what it grew into. I mean, don't get me wrong. I know lately there's bigger channels that are growing, and the bigger channels have got newer channels have got bigger quicker than me, but they've got a really good backing. What I've done it all on my own. I mean, granted, I had a shout out from Brian and the True Geordie, and that was amazing. I didn't expect it. I'll be honest with you, I didn't really want it as such, because I didn't really. The thing is, when you do YouTube, it invades your life, right? And people seem to think they know you, and people seem to think they have a right to say what's cracking off. And my wife and my daughter didn't want any part of it. To be honest, they were fuming when I did it, when I started it. But my wife let me do it, not because, I don't bow down to the wife, but she let me do it because I need a hobby of some kind.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden it just took off. And it is life changing, when people do recognise you in the street, and it is quite life changing. do you know what, right? If anybody said I want to be a YouTuber, I'd say, think about it first. And I mean, think about it. It's not all it's cracked up to be. So
No. Yeah, no, I get it, and hey, I'm divorced now, but I can assure you that my home life would have been very problematic if because I know what my ex-wife was like, and she would have hated the fact that I'm on YouTube.
yeah, well, June does. June hates it. She tolerates it because it does take so much of your life up. You know, it is. You know, even like people think, oh, you're sitting at home, you're reviewing food, and you think like that's it. You've done for the day, but you've got to still keep reinventing yourself. You still got to. I mean, my. I don't know. Do you call Blue Van Man a character or what? But my person on YouTube, you've got to keep inventing yourself. You've always got to be thinking of new ideas. You've always got to be trying to keep fresh. And I do know that BBM has got a shelf life. I know it won't go on forever. One, I'm 53. There's younger men out there who are doing this. Two, I've got to look after my health. I'm a fat fuck. Look, I'm not, you know what I mean? I can't keep eating shit food all the while. Although it's not shit, it's bad for you, isn't it? And people seem to think that you can just go and be a performing seal just for them. And that's why I've turned a little bit more current affairs, a bit more political kind of thing. So
yeah. Now on about the political stuff. You kind of like toned it down, Dave, haven't you? It went from ranting, now it's to discussing. So tell us about that.
People were saying on about, I don't like your rant. Well, see, what I'm going to say sounds selfish or whatever, because obviously the people who have watched me in the past have helped my channel be what it is. I never do, you know how you started this, like and subscribe and give it the thumbs up?
Yeah.
I never ever do that. I never do that because if people don't like it, I've not begged them to watch. They can always go. And that's not being disrespectful or selfish. That's just being me, because I've never ever begged for anything in my life. And I don't want to beg for people to watch me. I don't do all this pleading and stuff. Yeah. I think when people do that on YouTube, I think it's more of a saying. It's more of what everybody else does. Well, I don't want to be like everybody else. I want to be me.
You absolutely destroyed me just there, Dave. Go on. No, but you are right. You are right. It is more of a shame, and maybe I should rethink my introduction.
No. I mean, the thing is, if you're rethinking it, you're not being you, or are you being you? This is the thing, and this is why I've gone a little bit more political and stuff, because politics is, or used to be, close to my heart. I used to love my politics and my current affairs, and I talk about it. And when I do a newspaper review, when I was at work, that's what I actually used to do in the canteen at breaks. I would read the newspaper out to the lads and give my opinion. So nothing's changed there. Yeah. The only change is that I've toned the language down, believe it or not. I have actually toned it down. So my podcast is what I really want to do. I really want to make my podcast political, topical, controversial. But what I want to do is I want to make people think. I want to make people question what our governments have done. I just want people to not just go along with what the government says, because Boris, not everybody voted for Boris. Not everybody voted for your mate in Wales.
Oh, no.
So
definitely not.
I want people to question what they do. I don't want to tell people what to do. I just want people to think and question. And that's why I've got a little bit more political, a bit more controversial, a bit more vocal.
I'm of the opinion now. Is it, I can't remember, was it Johnny Rotten said, whoever wins the election, the government always gets in?
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
Because whoever's in charge at the moment, I mean, I know Tories, I know conservatism from Thatcher days. And Boris is not conservative. No. Keir Starmer is not a Labour man. The pair of them are the same. I hate what our political systems come to.
Yeah, it's no left and right anymore. It's them and us,
Yeah,
basically.
and I wouldn't even consider them centre ground, to be fair. I would consider them more left winged, both parties. I wouldn't. I always consider myself as centre because I do. I don't hate people. I don't this, but I can also see when things are going wrong because I
Yeah.
can also see that some of the protests that happened over the summer last year, they were wrong. You can't just go around protesting. These people who are doing the oil protests, you can't just disrupt people's lives. It's wrong.
Yeah, no, definitely. And bringing it back to football, Dave. Leicester fan. When was your first game then?
I think my first game was Liverpool. Leicester played Liverpool at home. I had a soft spot for Liverpool because obviously back in the 70s, you couldn't watch football, could you, on TV?
No.
Or you got one match of the day. And I can remember Liverpool winning the Champions League, the European Cup, as it was. And I was just amazed by Kenny Dalglish. I don't think it was actually Liverpool that I liked as such. I think it was just the way Kenny Dalglish played. There was just something about him as a kid. And we used to have a neighbour, and he had a colour TV. And he actually asked if I wanted to go around and watch the football with his family. And I went round and watched it. And I can just remember Kenny Dalglish playing football. And I think I wanted to watch Leicester-Liverpool. And I think Leicester got beat 4-0 or something fucking stupid. I can't remember. It was a long while ago. But, I think Leicester played Liverpool and that it. I can remember other games. And then as I got older, I started to go on my own and travelled all over the country watching Leicester. And, that's it, really.
So, your favourite player back in them days? Well,
do you know what? I loved Larry May when he were down Leicester, and Mark Wallington in goal. Ian Wilson, classic player. Alan Smith. I'd have Alan Smith over Lineker every day.
That was going to be my next question. Who would you prefer as a Leicester fan? Would it have been Alan Smith or Gary Lineker?
I'd go Alan Smith. Gary Lineker was a tremendous player, a real tremendous player. But he was like a selfish player, where Alan Smith did. I mean, you've got Steve Lynex as well. I used to love Steve Lynex going up at Stevie Lynex up and down the wing kind of thing. It was just, yeah. And apart from that, Lineker left us, didn't he? So.
Yeah, well, I spoke to Kevin Ratcliffe, the old Everton legendary captain, and we briefly spoke about when Lineker signed for Everton, obviously from Leicester, and I don't know if you remember this, but the playing style changed when Lineker came in. We're more direct, and as you say, I did have that kind of feeling. He was trying to say Lineker was more selfish.
Yes.
They lost that title in '86.
I'll say it now. Lineker's selfish. You've only got to see his Twitter account. You've only got to see what he posts on Twitter. I mean, I'm not a fan of Lineker, to be fair. Yeah. I think he's just an egotistic whatever. And he just tries to say the right things on Twitter to gain support instead of being himself. And I can see that he did actually go. I mean, the thing about when Lineker left Leicester, I think he went for 800,000, and his first game for Everton was at Filbert Street.
Oh, I didn't know that.
I'm pretty sure it was, because I can remember my mate Robert Watts, and he was saying whatever happens, Lineker's first game of the season will be at Filbert Street, and it was. He played for Everton. One of them things, isn't it? He went on to better himself, and he played for Barcelona. And fair play to him. You got to, But yeah, I'm not particularly a fan of Lineker. I think he's his own arse.
I think so many people adored him during his playing days, and just turned on him now since he's opened that Twitter account of his.
Yeah, because when you get, I mean, let's face it, he gets paid by the license fee payer. He gets paid by BT, who obviously needs subscribers. And then he's like too busy preaching what we should all do when he doesn't do any of it. it's it's like you went into a shop in COVID, and you were like going, "Oh, you've all got to wear a mask," and he went into a shop without a mask on because he's Gary Lineker. He drives a big fuck off sports car because it's Gary Lineker.
Yeah.
He travels all over the world because it's Gary Lineker, and he flies and he's telling everybody else what to do. He bangs on about immigrants, but he doesn't do it. He doesn't do anything for it. So I just can't be doing with it. So
no, I completely get where you're coming from. Right, let's get on to this Footy Scran then, Dave.
Okay.
Share screen here. Yeah, our friends at the Footy Scran is I'm more than happy. There you go. That's just let you guys know this is a Twitter feed. They got over 406,000 followers. It's very, very popular Twitter feed. So basically, what the system is, every football fan from around the world sends in photos of what they can get at the football stadiums in which they attend and the price. Right, Dave? So we'll go through a few of these and you can rate it from 10, yeah? And no, rate it out of 5.
Okay.
All right, now this one, it's a chicken sandwich at Columbus Crew, and the exchange rate is £10. So what do you think of that one? And rate it out of 5. There you go.
Can you click on the picture? Or
Yeah. Sorry, mate.
That's all right, no worries. Let's see if I can bring it up on my thing as well, and then I've got a...
Okay, no worries.
It might be an idea. Let's have a look. Footy... What's it called? Scran?
Yeah, Footy Scran.
Oh, I hate these bloody...
What I did, I went on a media then, and it's on May the 2nd.
So I'll just look on it.
Okay.
Is that... I take it... See, I don't understand why they do this. Is that they've got 2 pots of mayonnaise there. Just put a bit of mayonnaise on the burger, shut the burger, and leave it. Done. Why do you need
what? Yeah. That's a good point. That's a good point.
Well, yeah, but you've got your pint in one hand and that in the other. And then you've got to try and find somewhere to put your pint down. Somebody not nick your pint and try and make that. Just put the mayonnaise on. You're getting less pollution because you've got less plastic to use. So,
yeah. I got it. So out of 5, Dave?
I'll give it 2.5, to be fair, because you've got to mess around with it yourself, haven't you?
I'll give it a 2 because you are right. It's pointless having them plastic pots. I hate them in a normal food delivery. But at the football ground, I think they'd be even worse.
Well, I suppose what they've done, they've made it themselves, haven't they? I bet they've got about 200 already lined up to save time. So what the hell's that?
Yeah, I know. Right, it's salted herring sandwich at FC Eugenie Courtbus in Germany. Now, the exchange rate is £2.10. When it does come up, come on.
I wouldn't give you the 10.
Look.
What, and they eat that. They honestly eat that.
Yeah, it's oh, I don't know why it don't come up. But yeah, it's yeah. I mean, they've cut the head off it, but the scales and the
that's nice, isn't it? It's nice for them to cut the head off so it's not looking at you while you're eating it.
But you know what, Dave? When it comes to food, that's the only thing. I can't have eyes looking at me. I don't know why, even if it's a prawn or something. So for very cheap £2.10, rate out of 5.
None. I can't be doing. It's not appetite, but you see, this is what these European countries do. They eat anything, horse, fish with its. Why? Why do you do that?
God, it's terrible, isn't it? Jeez. Right, there you go. At West Ham, sausage and chips, £8.
To be fair, in London, that's probably cheap.
Yeah, no, you're right for London.
£8.
I know.
That is a tremendous. That is a tremendous sausage, isn't it? But £8, really.
Yeah, no, for London, you're right for London. Out of 5.
Oh, I found it. I've got mine up now. I found it. We're there.
Yeah.
The thing is, it does look quite good, but it's not value for money, is it? But there again, it's London. I'd tell you what, I'd probably give it a 4 for that, because that sausage looks like it could actually fill you up in both ends.
Yeah. I'll probably agree with you there. I'll agree with you on that one. Right, this one.
Oh, that looks nice.
Oxford City. It's duck-loaded fries at
Oh,
£6.
that looks tremendous, don't it?
Yeah, I know.
The £6?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a 5 to me.
Bargains at non-league.
Yeah, they are, aren't they?
Yeah.
That is amazing. Yeah, that looks really, really good. That's got to be a 5. I'll give it a 10.
Yeah, definitely. Absolutely. Well done to Oxford City.
Yeah, really, really impressed with that. I'm not eating Ronaldo.
Right, this is pork dumplings at Wellington Phoenix in New Zealand. The exchange rate is £9.
Pork dumplings.
I'm honest with you, I know dumplings on a starter, and I can get through them in minutes, really.
Yeah. I don't like the dumpling texture, although I'll eat it. If that were crispy, if that was like a crispy wonton, then yeah, I'd eat that. But it just gives you that slimy texture, don't it?
Yeah, I know what you're saying.
It looks like it's wrapped up in tripe.
Maybe the uncooked type of texture, considering.
Yeah,
I know what you mean. I know what you mean.
Yeah, it's got a bit of veg on there, though, and it's got a bit of carrot, so they've gone for the healthy part of your 5 a day.
Go on, out of 5.
I'll give it a 2 because it just doesn't really look very appetising. It needs more colour. It needs like a bit of drizzling of some kind of barbecue sauce or something.
Yeah.
It's amazing. You put a bit of sauce on something, a drizzle of sauce, and it makes it look so much better.
Yeah. No, I'll agree with you on your score as well on that one. Right, there you go.
Oh, look at that.
Pork, I know. At Tottenham, this is. Pulled pork, topped hot dog at Tottenham, £7. Oh. Now, considering the West Ham one was £8,
you get a bit of bread with this. You get bread, but no chips, do you?
Yeah.
That looks absolutely corking, doesn't it?
Yeah, I know. I prefer that than what the West Ham one.
Yeah, that looks awesome, doesn't it?
Yeah,
that does look good. Yeah, I like that. I'll try that.
5?
I'd give that a 5 as well. That looks filling. For £7 down in the smoke with all the pearly king and queens. Yeah, that looks a 5.
No, on that one I agree with you. Oh, right. Mushy peas, Notts County, £1.50. What? Just a tray of mushy peas?
Yeah, don't you eat them round there? Don't you have them in Cardiff? Or...
Is that a Midlands thing then, Dave?
Yeah.
We have mushy peas, but we have mushy peas like, as a side order, not a main.
We have something called Loughborough Fair and another fair that's called Ashby Statchets. That's it. And as a child, when we used to go, they used to sell mushy peas in a carton like that, and then you put some minced sauce in it. When we used to have bonfire nights around here, they used to do exactly the same. So I think mushy peas in the East Midlands is an actual dish, and that ain't bad. I'd have that. I'd eat that quite a lot. Yeah.
It's East Midlands authentic East Midlands food then. So
a delicacy. It's a delicacy. Yeah.
So out of 5 on that one. £1.50 is not bad either, is
£1.50, because I think a tin of mushy peas is about 75-80p, isn't it?
Yeah.
So you put in the spoon, you put in the cart and the cooking, you got to pay for staff. I'd give that a 3. I'd give that a 3. I'd eat that quite a lot, to be fair.
I'll give it a 2. I'll give
Can
it
you
a 2.
imagine though? Can you imagine you eat that before the game and you've got like 10 minutes left and it's a bit end to end, Notts County are winning, and you start farting?
I was wondering where that was going then, Dave. I was wondering where that conversation was going. I know. And well, it must be an East Midlands delicacy, I tell you. Okay, what's this one? Hawaiian loaded fries at Charlotte. The exchange rate makes it £9.
So it's got pineapple or something in it, has it? If it's Hawaiian,
Yeah, but I'm looking. I can see, fries obviously in a bag. It looks a bit like pulled pork on top, if I'm honest.
yeah, it does, doesn't it? They've wrapped it up in the checkered flag, so Lewis Hamilton's crying again. If it's got pineapple in it, it's the devil's food, and I'm not touching it. I absolutely hate pineapple.
You're not one with pizza and pineapple, then, no?
No, it's disgusting.
Right. What's that one? Pepperoni pizza at Leeds, £7.
That doesn't look too bad. Do we know how many inches is in it?
No. Doesn't look too bad, though, does it?
No, it don't. The pepperoni
compared to the London prices.
Yeah, the pepperoni's evenly displayed, evenly spread out on the pizza. Yeah, that don't look too bad, to be fair. You can share that with your mate, can't you? Because if you've got a mate, you're sitting in the main stand at Leeds.
Freezing your bollocks off.
Yeah, £3.50, isn't it, really? It's, when you look at it, if there's two of you, it's £3.50. Everybody's happy. Yeah, it's all right. I think that's not too bad, to be fair. Right, personally, I wouldn't share it.
Out of 5?
Yeah, I'd give that a 4.5.
Okay, I'll give it a 4. I'll give it a 4. Now, the last one is an interesting one. It's a Wigan kebab, apparently.
Oh, what what's that? So, a pie in a cob?
Yeah. A steak pie in a roll at Rochdale. You must have you must have known about these things. First time I've ever come across it.
Well, I've actually I've got a YouTube mate, Chris the Butcher. I don't know if you've seen him or not. And I think he actually did this. I think he actually reviewed a Wigan kebab. It doesn't look very ingenious, does it?
No, it's £4 at Rochdale. And
£4?
Yeah.
I suppose that ain't a bad price. It's more of the novelty thing, isn't it? The Wigan kebab. It's more of the playing on words. Do you know what? I bet some bloke's come home from the pub. He's got a cob. He's looked in the fridge and he's got a pie, and he's just put them together. That's all it is.
Yeah, rather than burn the kitchen down, just to go the easy route.
Yeah, that's it. And yeah, I suppose it'd soak the beer up. It'll keep you going for the 90 minutes, won't it? But it's not really for me, to be fair.
Out of 5?
I'll probably give it 1.5 because it's just laziness, isn't it?
Yes, pure laziness.
Lazy food.
When it described the bloke coming home from a pub type of thing, yeah, that had my name written all over it, Dave, I'll be honest. Right, no worries. Well, thanks to our friends at Footy Scran for allowing us with that. And on that note, Dave, what have you got coming up on your channel? And what's your plans this weekend?
I don't know, mate. What I do is I just sit here on my tablet. I mean, if you want to go on for another 15 minutes, mate, you can do. I'm quite easy to chat to if you want to go on for another 15 minutes and ask me other stuff, or if you've got things to do, I'm not bothered. But
no. I'm just trying to. I'm trying to be. I'm trying to work around your availability, really.
Yeah, you can go. If you've got more questions, you can ask me, mate. If you've got another 15 minutes, but plans for the future of the video for the channel. I have got something happening soon that's pretty massive. It's life-changing for me again. That I might release more information on that. I've just got, I don't know really. I'm just
How do you
I'm always having ideas, but I don't know. It's
how
taking.
do
It's
you
carrying.
review, Dave? Do you just go to your weekly shop and you know just or do you kind of like plan what you're going to purchase to review it?
Well, my daughter, she'll and her boyfriend, they send me pictures of stuff that's coming out. So I've always got an idea of what's coming out. On the cooking thing, I've invented a couple of dishes myself. I mean, I did that mashed potato pizza
Yeah.
the other day. I thought I invented it. It turns out it's been going around for years.
Okay. I've seen. I was just watching you. I was watching your face, and the disgust in your face of how bad it was. It
Yeah,
was
the
really
worst thing is I can make really good mashed potato. I know it don't seem hard to do, but and like it was just so disappointing. Yeah.
And well, people wouldn't know this, but we tried to get something going back. Well, when I was living in Marbella, Dave, didn't we? Because
Yes, yeah.
I was fascinated. I was going. I'd go to watch Spanish football, local Spanish football, and some of the just bizarre things in which you get when watching out there. The amount of pistachio nut shells all over them. I feel sorry for the cleaners after each.
Really?
Yeah,
Well, yeah,
honestly,
just
that's basically what you have. You have that, and it's illegal to sell alcohol within the grounds. So the only beer you can get inside grounds in Spain is 0% alcohol, non-alcohol.
is it that much of a problem then in Marbella? The beer, the alcoholic hooligans, and
Well, it's all right across from, even if you went to the Bernabeu or anything. But if you go to Gibraltar, I used to
the
watch
English bit, the British bit.
I used to watch Gibraltar national team, right? And you know what, Dave? Honestly, it was like watching proper 1980s non-league football back home, where
Yeah.
you drink on a sideline. You had people throwing the beer at the linesman whenever he done a dodgy offside call. And yeah, proper classic. But the difference between attending the football in Gibraltar to attending football in Spain for alcohol reasons is just one extreme to the other.
The thing is with alcohol in a ground, I would thought that to be in a ground for what you're in a ground for, probably 2 hours,
Yeah.
kind of thing, ain't you? Unless you can't drink, you ain't going to get drunk. You ain't going to be a nuisance. It's when they go in. It's when they go before the game. I mean, we used to go to the pub. The pubs around Leicester before a game. You'd have a few, then you get in the ground, and then you have an idea if somebody is drunk. I don't think you're actually going to get drunk inside a ground. You're going to do well unless you can't take your beer.
Yeah. Or the amount of headaches I would have late in the second half because my body was telling me I needed a pint and I couldn't get a drink.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, I know what you mean. Yeah.
But unfortunately, I then come back, Dave, and that show never got off the ground. But on that note, let's leave it to you. And I just want, you know what, Dave, I just want to say thank you ever so much. I know that I may have been a pain in the ass with some of my messages. And honestly, you are an absolute YouTube hero. And
the thing is, I'm very fortunate to be in the position I am with my YouTube channel. Like I said, it was never, ever meant to be this. It was never meant to be this. And I feel sometimes a little bit of a fraud through being successful, but it's like you've got other channels who are putting so much effort, so much work into trying to make it grow, and they just don't get the break. And yet I was only doing it for 8 months, and I got a break. So
there's no way you're a fraud, Dave. You're an absolute hero because you're giving people like myself and others the hope that if we keep on going and we keep going at it, then you never know that lucky break may come our way.
That's what I was going to say. Like, because of my situation, I feel that I can help people, even if I only help for half an hour and, you know, can get a few subs and I just help somebody, I just feel it's putting a little bit back into YouTube for, you know, the smaller channels. So
well, thank you ever so much, and you know, I hope this is the first of many in the future.
Okay. Yeah, absolutely, mate.
Please give my best wishes to the family.
Will do. Yes.
And have a great weekend. And thank you ever so much once again, my friend.
All right, mate. That's great. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.